Hello, Anita LaRaia again. This is another installment with our In the Grocery Store, how we're working our way through the wine aisle. Someone just asked me, how can you tell if it's worth the price? That's what I started with. The soil, the climate, the location. Like real estate, location, location, location. It really does make a difference. And then what grape varieties are planted, in what type of soil, and what kind of microclimate, etc. Now, I started to talk about the NBA wines, which were Kendall Jackson. And I mentioned the WNBA. Yeah, those ladies, they aren't fools. Not only are they great basketball players, they didn't like the wines that they got on tour at the hotels, so they demanded better wine. And that's how it came about that the NBA chose Kendall Jackson for their official wines, and now La Crema is the official wine of the WNBA. This is their fabulous Pinot Noir. I talked about Pinot Noir, video number 2 in our first series. This is from Monterey County. Monterey, a beautiful area along the Pacific coast of California. Remember, I explained in video number 2 that Chardonnay and Pinot Noir needed a cool weather climate. So this is the La Crema Monterey Pinot Noir, certified sustainable. Boy, do I love that. They're very, very much into sustainable farming, into preserving the environment, and making great wine naturally. In fact, at UC Davis, where they train the winemakers of California, Kendall Jackson has its own building there called Sustainable Winery for training the winemakers. So, let me put this on the shelf. There is the price. Oh, is that a bargain? Normally $30.99 when you've got, oh my goodness, and it's down to $14.99 for no other reason than the recent publicity about the WNBA, okay? Now look at all these other Pinot Noirs. I mentioned great Pinot Noir can be from Oregon. Oregon, the Willamette River Valley, where they have a beautiful salmon to catch. They also grow Pinot Noir, very famous in Oregon. Pinot Noir is one of their signature wines. And this one, the Oregon, is only $14.99. Look at this, another Monterey County from J. Loire. Francis Ford Coppola, the famous director. He even mostly does great Cabernets, but he also does Pinot Noir. New Zealand, Oyster Bay, New Zealand, from the Marlborough area. I talked about New Zealand wines in video number 6. Why are they growing Pinot Noir there? It's the North Island of the 2-island country of New Zealand. And they have that beautiful cool weather climate and the right soils and location in the Marlborough area for not only making the Sauvignon Blanc. We have the Matua White Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand in my video number 6. This is their Pinot Noir. But also, they do great reds like Pinot Noir there as well. Look at all of these. Some of the names are quite cute, like this, certified sustainable again. Sunny with a chance of flowers. Isn't that cute? Well, you know, you have to have a little bit of humor, a little bit of fun. I started out by saying wine is history. Wine is food, and it's joy. And the joy comes in the conviviality, the socializing that goes with it. Great food, great company, great wines. And I've got to say, there's nothing better, in moderation, of course. And look at some of the others here. We have, there's a Castle Rock that names the Oregon Pinot Noir area, Willamette River Valley. Okay, so is that a little bit more expensive? Yes, $16.49. No problem at all. When you're looking for a good wine, for a great dinner, or a gift, oh, there's the J Pinot Noir that I mentioned in our video number 2 about Pinot Noirs. And notice the big J on the label. $19.99 is the current price. Remember, these are all young vintages. This one is a 2022 now. This is the current vintages. A lot of the 2021s, which are still great, are being replaced with the newest vintage. Remember, it's the vintage is the year of harvest. And so that now they're all 2022. Okay, our producer, thank you. Aerith, one of the great Oregon wineries for Pinot Noir. We're looking all the way up here, Han, and they had a little bit of oh my gosh, there's so many choices here. Somebody asked, well, how do you know what to buy? This is what I'm trying to teach you. I just could scan the labels from all the many 33 years of teaching wine school, and I try to keep up to date with the newest labels, the newest wines available. I must commend this Kroger wine buyer, the local wine buyer here in Atlanta, is obviously well aware of what is selling, which brings me to that survey that I mentioned. The latest YouGov survey that was written about by Paul Vigna of Penn Live says that 61% of Americans who drink wine prefer red, and especially men, 56% of their preferences are red, only 30% white. A little bit different for women. There is a gender difference. The women they prefer red 42% of the time, but do prefer white 40% of the time. And what about Cabernet Sauvignon? It is the most often planted grape variety in California, and Chardonnay is the most often planted white grape variety. But Cabernet Sauvignon, oh my goodness, it turns out it's the #1 preferred wine by Americans. And yes, of course it's red, the great grape of Bordeaux. But we're gonna get over there to the top shelf wines and mid-shelf wines, the collector's items. This wine buyer is smart. He put some alarms on the most expensive Cabernet Sauvignon cult wines. Why are they called cult wines? They have the best vineyards, the best soils, the best climate, the best exposure, geography, and the best winemakers, so they spend a lot of time and money producing a finer example of the grape variety. Okay, I think I'm getting through to you. And I want to reach over here to this red. Oh my gosh, I just saw this. It is $50.99. Grocery wine, my darlings. Doesn't have to be cheap if you need something special for a special person in your life. This one is called Belle Glow Pinot Noir by Clark and Telephone. It's from the Santa Maria Valley. It's Santa Barbara, California. Further south, much further south, along the Pacific coast, has fabulous Pinot Noir. In fact, one of my favorite actors, Brad Pitt, isn't he handsome? He even owns winery land there. Yeah, winery. He decided he liked Pinot Noir from Santa Maria Valley in Santa Barbara. Okay, Belle means beautiful. Okay, why would they put red wax on it? Oh, I was asked that question. Red wax, because some of the greatest bourbons in the liquor groceries don't carry liquor. Not allowed to. Different licensing, okay? But many of the greatest bourbons. Oh, I just watched the Kentucky Derby yesterday, and it's sponsored by Woodford Reserve Bourbon. They put red wax over the cork to show you this is a superior product that will age in the bottle. All right. That's enough for now. I want to move over to those Cabernets.